Chinese.
I
If
know.
they go down, they're Japanese. If they're just straight, you don't know.
I should leave your class right now.
A clear harm was ignorant racism towards Asian/Asian Americans. In the video, a high school teacher was caught mocking Asians based on eye shape during a class. Not only does this add to the already negative stigma around Asian American appearance in American culture, this also encourages the mocking and or degrading of other races or cultures, which is especially unacceptable considering the teacher's authoritarian influence over her students.
You know what led up to this?
That's a valid question.
I wonder what they were talking before this happened.
Probably like history or something.
Yeah.
People involved in this act of racism were the teacher, her 30 students, parents of the students, the school, and Asian Americans. The teacher was the perpetrator as she initiated the harm by mocking Asian Americans during a high school class. Some bystanders were likely some of the students, as we didn't hear any protests to the teacher's ignorant statement. On the other hand, the victim would be the Asian Americans at the teacher's school and parents of those students.
The one person at the end, they were like, I should leave your class right now.
I should leave your class right now.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So maybe that's a clear victim. I mean, a victim would want to leave her class too.
Right. The perpetrator, the teacher, likely faced discipline, probably losing her job in the process. Additionally to this, the teacher, a person in a position of power, posed a negative influence upon her students. Considering from a young age, students are trained to listen to teachers, that teachers are always right. This will likely have a massive impact on her students. Spreading negative stigma and or negative stereotypes about a race is a basis of racism. Victims of this act of racism, likely her Asian American students or Asian Americans who attend the school, could feel misunderstood and grow to resent their cultural background due to the teacher's ample amount of negative influence over her students.
These are high schoolers, right?
Yeah.
High school teachers are pretty high up there on the totem pole, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'd guess so.
I also agree with your racism thing. Racism is an extension of negative stereotypes or stigma. So the fact that a teacher is spreading this is...
This yikes moment. Racism was the most apparent factor in this situation because there wouldn't be a problem, but the teacher identified different types of Asians through the use of mimicking Asian eyes, essentially mocking Asian Americans. Her socioeconomic status, considering she was a teacher, and her race, also considering that she was white, might have given her the thought that she could get away with mimicking Asian eyes. Even when the student threatened to leave her class, the teacher continued to smile like an absolute weirdo. This further solidifies how the teacher has no regard whether she makes her students comfortable or not, while also showing that she has no regard for cultural or racial boundaries.
Was that person at the end Asian?
I don't want to make a generalization here, but I think she had an Asian accent, yeah.
The teacher probably mimicked the eyes because of an interaction between the two.
I wonder what the interaction was.
Wonder too.
As a teacher, you should treat all students equally, so if the teacher is racist towards a certain group of students and is caught, there's a high probability that they will be fired. In this situation, considering that she is a teacher is the main part in deciding how to repair the harm. Racism is found everywhere, but has a bigger impact on the students if a teacher is racist, making them uncomfortable and unable to learn.
Well, the person at the end wasn't comfortable.
Yeah.
Do we know if the teacher got fired?
I mean, there's a statement.
Twin Rivers Unified School Board calling the comments made in the video derogatory and racist, and that the matter is being taken very seriously.
But she didn't get fired.
I guess not.
That statement was pretty weak too. It was a bad statement.
Well, yeah, it didn't seem very forceful nor effective. what do you think the solution should be?
Well, first, the teacher should apologize to the students, families, and staff for their offensive behavior. This step is important because they are taking responsibility for their actions. Next, enroll them into weekly racial healing sessions. This is crucial in changing the mindset of the teacher, so in the future, a racist comment or action doesn't happen again. I personally think restorative processes are more effective than retributive punishments, because in restorative processes helps people change for the better, unlike punishment, which only causes more hate and suffering.
Nice.
Many times, racist views are handed down generation by generation. As kids, these people have little control over what they are taught, so they grow up with these narrow views. So to help them, we need to let them learn and grow. So instead of punishing them for not knowing better, we can share our views and let them change. People who went through racial healing sessions were able to help each other not only in racial issues, but in other problems they had.
Sometimes we've even gone so far as to say, when they've been in the height of some sort of angry or painful moments, what does it mean to be able to have an argument with someone or a challenge with someone and know that you're in safe ground, that no one's going to get hurt emotionally or physically, that you're going to be able to work it out, and that there's a commitment from the group to help you do that.
Restorative justice lowers the chance of recidivism and improves victim satisfaction. Quote, by 85% of victims who took part were satisfied with the process. The government's analysis of this research has concluded that restorative justice reduces the frequency of reoffending by 14%. Therefore, restorative justice is far more effective than retributive punishment.
Therefore, I think it's safe to say that we have solved the case. Thanks for watching this TRUZZFEED Solved video. If you want to watch more, links are below. Otherwise, goodbye.